I keep my goals to myself, cause whenever I share it with folks, they get a look upon their face and their memory floats to a time where their goals and the stars ain't...
Smackdown is, bar none, the worst wrestling show of the entire week. This show absolutely sucks. It's dreadful, it's boring, it's bland. It's hard to get invested into anything that they're doing outside of a couple of things. I have no idea what happened to SmackDown. It is literally unwatchable. When SmackDown was very hot just 3 years ago, and even 4 years ago, it was hot in 2022. It was hot in 2023, and then all of a sudden, in the middle part of 2024, it just collapsed, right? It was a car crash, right? And that's what it's become ever since. It's just been car crash after car crash after car crash, and it's not good. It's not good. Are there things on SmackDown that I like? Yes, I like what they're doing with some things on this show, but for the most part, I just don't give a shit what they're doing. I don't care about the main event scene on SmackDown, right? Where the hell is Randy Orton? He's been gone for over a month, and he did a massive angle for WrestleMania 42 Night 1, punting Cody in the head, and we've not seen Orton since. Same thing can be said for Drew McIntyre. Where is he? He's been gone for over a month, right? Like, we got to begin to ask these questions. Where are these guys and girls at? Like, is Drew hurt? Is he doing a movie or whatever, or filming a TV show? What is he doing? Where is he at? Like, not to say that these guys are going to make SmackDown better, because it all depends on the booking, but damn, where are they at? Because I'm not a fan of Gunther. Again, I like Gunther, but I'm not a fan of his booking, right? It's the same thing with Cody. I'm a fan of Cody, but I'm not a fan of his booking. And again, I don't hate these guys. I just hate their booking. Like, the booking sucks. Triple H sucks at booking. He truly does suck at booking. And it's not good. And I know people want Triple H fired, but Triple H is not going to get fired, right? Triple H is basically untouchable. If TKO were to give Triple H his walking papers, his pink slip, terminate him. If they were to do that, who could they put in that seat? It couldn't be Shawn Michaels, because running the main roster is totally different than running NXT. Leaps and bounds different. Like, that takes a total full on deck, ready to go team, dedicated team to run the main roster, right? So Shawn Michaels would be out. You could get away with Paul Heyman. You could. He's done it before. So, I mean, you could get away with Paul Heyman for a little bit. But really and truthfully, I don't know who you put in the driver's seat outside of Triple H. I don't. But it is what it is. Before we get into SmackDown, it's been reported that Enzo, Big Cass, and Baron Corbin are all going to be returning to WWE at some point. We don't know when, but they are heading back there, and we will see them in due time. This is good because I'm a fan of all three. We haven't seen Big Cass and Enzo together probably since either 2017 or 2018, so almost a decade. And this is crazy, but it makes sense. So they're trying to revitalize and rebuild the tag team division, which is fine. That does make sense. I know people were mad. Well, they had Motor City Machine Guns. It's like WWE wants entertaining tag teams like the Street Profits and, Big Cass and Enzo, right? Tag teams that have characters, not work rate guys. Motor City Machine Guns, work rate guys, right? They have no personality. They're just good in ring. So, that's why that's happening, which is fine. Baron Corbin coming back is fine. That makes sense. I know people online have been saying, well, he's gonna get released in probably about a year. I doubt it. I mean, we don't know. I think it is smart for him to go back and see what they need him for. It could be a reunion of the War Dogs when he was together with Braun Breaker. That was great when they were together in NXT. That was awesome. So we could see him in that type of role. We could see him in the main event scene, which I think would be nice. You have Cody go over Gunther, and you have Baron Corbin be the one to defeat Cody Rhodes, right? Just to spice things up, just to change things up, So, I don't know, but I'm interested in this, and we should see these guys in due time. I would imagine they'll probably be on post Clash in Italy, so we could see them on either like the Raw or SmackDown. I'm pretty sure that they'll probably send all three guys to SmackDown to help out on that show, because that show needs all the star power it can get. But it is what it is. All right, so we're going to get into SmackDown from May the 22nd, 2026. This show, it was brutal to get through. Again, there were a couple of things on the show that I did like, but for the most part, it was boring and bland. So we kicked the show off with Rhea Ripley. She comes out. She gets a really good reaction as per usual. Rhea Ripley said that it seemed like someone really missed her last week. She said Jade Cargill and her crew tried to send her a message, but all they did was piss her off. Rhea said that she's now itching for a fight. She told Jade Cargill if she wants a rematch, she'll happily beat her again. And then she suggests a match at Clash in Italy for the title. Man, they're really stacking up Clash in Italy. They're trying to make it like another WrestleMania. Damn. But I think the reason why they're doing this is because tickets are so damn expensive. That's probably why they're doing all this. So Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, they came out. So Charlotte talked about the 6-woman tag on Saturday Night's Main Event. She said that her and Alexa missed Rhea last week. They wanted to know where she was. Rhea said she was sorry she wasn't there, but she wanted to go home to see her family. And she asked if that's okay so she could have a day off. Charlotte says she understands, but they have battles to fight. Rhea told Charlotte she told her that she didn't need her. Charlotte said that she's now saying that her and Alexa need help with her problem. Rhea says Charlotte should have protected Bliss more than she did. So Alexa Bliss just wants to play peacemaker. She tries to play a peacemaker between the two. Charlotte accused Rhea of trying to drive a wedge between them. Rhea said she's the one calling issues. So Fatal Influence showed up, got a good reaction, got a great amount of boos. Jacy Jayne is so good. I love her. She's excellent. She's doing very, very well on the main roster. To only be there on the show for about a little over a month. She's done very, very well. Jacy Jayne said that she was happy to see the SmackDown Women's Division unravel before her eyes. JC said while they're at each other's throats, Fatal Influence have ascended to the top of the division with ease. She said that they're looking for opportunity right now. Charlotte says she loves her confidence, and then she challenged any two members of Fatal Influence to take on her and Alexa tonight. And JC Jane obliged. Okay, that's fine. I like this. This didn't. My bad. This didn't last too long. Maybe about a good 7-8 minutes. This is fine. Good stuff here. Again, I'm a fan of Fatal Influence. JC Jane is a star. She's great, and I love what they're doing with her. They are protecting her quite a bit, so that's good. Moving on from that. This leads us into some MFT nonsense, whatever. I don't care. Solo Sikoa said some things. Royce Keys got in the face of Solo. Solo said that he had to ask if he didn't want his help. All he had to do was say no. He said it's good to have family watching his back. I don't care about this shit. Whatever. Moving on, this leads us into the first match of the night, which I didn't watch. Tala Tonga defeats Shinsuke Nakamura. Whatever, man. I don't give a damn. Moving on from this. So, post-match, Nakamura tried to fight off Solo Sikoa, but he failed. So, Damian Priest set up to make the save, and then the heels, they get out of dodge. So, whatever. I don't care about this at all. I really don't. Moving on. This leads us into Nick Aldis, who is backstage. And he's talking with Charles Robinson. So, the lights flickered for some odd reason. Then Cody showed up. Nick Aldis said he'll make sure that Gunther signs the contract. So Cody turned and Sami Zayn was standing there. Cody said he knows how to deal with Gunther. He offered Cody any help, just ask. So Cody said to Sami, thanks, but no thanks. Sami was offended. But of course, right, that's what he said. Because how could Sami Zayn help the great Cody Rhodes? Sami then turned to Nick Aldis and said that he was texting him all day. Nick Aldis says time is tight, and he doesn't have time for him to be on the show. Sami Zayn asked if he wasn't, if he isn't one of his top stars. He ranted about how the Cody Golden Boys get anything he asked for. So Cody walks in. Sami apologized. So Cody Rhodes is agitated. And he said Sami should get time on SmackDown. Cody said he wanted to wrestle him, and then let's do it tonight. Whatever, I don't care about this. Moving on, this leads us into more MFT stuff. So Tama Tonga's backstage. He told Solo that everyone is coming at them because they think that they're weak. He told him that Solo has to handle Damian Priest on his own to show that the family isn't weak. For the family, he said. And then Solo shook his hand, and he said he'll go talk to Mr. Aldis. I don't care about this shit at all. Moving on. Tiffany Stratton hosts the Women's U.S. Open Challenge. It's answered by Lash Legend. And Tiffany Stratton gets the win via a roll-up. So that's fine. Makes sense. Chelsea Green got involved in everything, so I do like this. Pretty good stuff there. All right, moving on. This leads us into Nick Aldis. He was on the phone about the power surges that occurred on this show. So a stagehand told Nick Aldis that the power issue was coming from inside the room that Nick Aldis just happened to be standing outside of. He went inside, and it was Danhausen's lab. Danhausen said everything was up to code. He said he's doing science experiments. He pushed on a keyboard, and then sparks flew on a circuit breaker box behind Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis looked at a bed with a body shaped under a sheet, and then Danhausen told him not to look. Okay, this is interesting. I wonder who it's going to be. Some people are saying it's going to be Baron Corbin. No, it's not. Baron Corbin's probably going to be used better than this. At least I hope he will. So, again, I'm fine with Danhausen. Moving on. Miz showed up along with Kit Wilson. He had some words about sports teams and all that stuff and everything else about the Knicks and the Cavaliers. So Fraxium shows up. Miz said it's bad enough Denhausen stole his daughter's bike, but now he's sabotaged the Cavs. Kathy Kelly asked Miz why wasn't he courtside at the Cavs games. Miz says it's because he's superstitious, but he still denied believing in the curse. Miz said he likes to embarrass Axiom in his hometown next week. Okay, that's fine. Moving on from that, this leads us into Trick Williams and Little Yachty. So they show up, they get a pretty good reaction. So Trick ends up downplaying Miz's resume. They make fun of him and everything else. Carmelo Hayes shows up. So Carmelo Hayes wants a shot at the U.S. Championship. So Little Yachty said that Trick's schedule was tight. He listed pampering appointments, which was hilarious. Carmelo Hayes said if he finds time between his nail and hair appointment, how about he defends his title? But that's only if your secretary can allow it. Will allow it. He said the old Trick wouldn't have listened to someone tell him what he can and can't do, but I guess you'll always be better at playing second fiddle. That was great. A really good burn there. I like that. Trick told him to mind his business while grown folks talking. Trick said he doesn't play with his leftovers, which was hilarious. But since they're in Lexington and the people do want to see them wrestle each other, he agrees to it. He said this ass whooping is going to be is going to be on the house. So I like that. Really good stuff there. Moving on, Trick Williams defeats Carmelo Hayes. Ricky Sainz shows up towards the end of the match and gets involved and causes a distraction. And then Carmelo Hayes loses to the Trick shot. So this is fine. So they are doing a feud between the two. I thought that Ricky was trying to help out Carmelo, which I believe he was. So this is fine. I'm actually down for this. This is great. This is one of the better things on this miserable shit show. So I like it. Good stuff there. Moving on. This leads us into Sami Zayn. He's pissed off backstage. He's throwing around bottles and turning over crates and shit. So he comes across Johnny Gargano, who's still doing the same stick that he's done for months. He's been doing this shit since like December. What is the point of this shit? Where is this going? What is the end game of all this shit? He's doing nothing. Literally, he's doing nothing at all. Like, where is this going? So, Sammy asked Johnny if he gets what he's dealing with and to talk to him like he was a therapist. He said he feels like he was the last real good guy left. He told Johnny Gargano to never let anyone change who he is. So then Johnny Gargano comically tips over the water bottle, and that was it. I mean, I don't care about this shit. Again, what's the end game with this Johnny Gargano shit? What is going on? This has been going on for 6 or 7 months now. This has been going on since December of last year. This makes no sense. What the fuck is going on? Moving on, this leads us into Ricky Saints. Kathy Kelly wanted to know what he's doing at ringside. So Carmelo Hayes attacked Ricky Saints, and that was it. So this is great. And Carmelo told Ricky to stay out of out of his business. So I like this. They're going to give us a feud, which I'm very much interested in. Moving on from that, this leads us into Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. They defeated Fallon Henley and Laney Reed, which is fine. I don't know why Laney Reed and Fallon Henley have not decided to go after the Women's Tag Team Championships. I don't know why they hadn't put their name in the pot, but they should. But this is fine. I mean, we figured that Charlotte and Rhea were going to win anyway. Then there was a brawl that ensued post-match. Then Jade Cargill and company, they showed up. They got into a brawl with Rhea. Then that was it. So, there's the end of that segment. This is fine, I guess, but it is what it is. So, whatever. All right, this is fine. Moving on, this leads us into Kathy Kelly. She interviews Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes said he understands Sami's attitude, but after a while, it's too much. He says 10 years ago, he felt all those same feelings when he decided to look in the mirror and be accountable. Cody said that's what he plans to do to his friend Sami Zayn tonight. Cody said Gunther can do whatever he wants, including watching him from ringside or join commentary, but he's going to take care of Sami Zayn. All right, whatever. I don't care about this. Moving on, this leads us into Jade Cargill and crew. And company. So Michin said that they're the dominant team, and they'll prove it on Saturday night's main event. Jade acted like she didn't know the name of Fellow Influence, and she noted the lack of chemistry between Charlotte Flair and Rhea. Jade said that she's the lead woman in the division, and she'll prove it at Clash. Okay, that's fine, whatever. Moving on. Damian Priest defeats Tama Tonga. I don't give a fuck about this. Moving on. No, Solo Sikoa defeats Damian Priest. I don't care. Whatever. Moving on. And then Damian Priest and Royce Keys had words. Whatever. I don't care about this shit. Moving on. We get a brief vignette of Paige and Brie Bella. Whatever. Who cares? Moving on. Mariah May has now officially made her Smackdown debut, and it was backstage. Not good. She should have had like a promo segment or something, even if it was like 2 to 3 minutes, right? So she introduced herself to Chelsea Green. Mariah said that she wished that she didn't know who she was. So Nia Jax showed up and threw Chelsea Green into some crates and beat her up. And whatever. I don't care about this. This is fine. Moving on, Damian Priest and Royce Keys, they have some more words and everything else. Damian Priest said that he can't trust Royce Keys. He doesn't know if he's here to help out R-Truth and him, or if he's going to deal with the MFTs. Don't care about this. Whatever. Who cares? But this is fine, I guess. Moving on. Main event of the evening, Cody Rhodes defeats Sami Zayn via Crossroads. Gunther gets involved. Sami Zayn fights off Gunther briefly. Then Cody gets choked out. Post-match, Sami Zayn walks away. He leaves the ring apron and dips out, fully turning heel. And Cody goes to sleep. And that was the show. This show sucks, man. It sucks. Oh, my God. This shit is awful. The only good thing on this show was Ricky Saints and Carmelo Hayes. I liked Trick and Mello going at it again, so that was good. Everything else on this show was just miserable for the most part. But what can you do? If Triple H don't give a fuck, I'm not gonna give a fuck. But it is what it is. But what do you guys think? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.